They lied to you. Better yet, they lied to everyone. They said if you live in the city, there's no way that you can grow food. There's not enough sun, no space, no soil. Lies. They said you need acreage or sprawling suburban yards in order to produce enough food to even make it worth it. More lies. In this video, we're going to talk about 8 myths that are keeping urban gardeners and small space gardeners from thriving. I'm going to tell you exactly what works right here in my backyard down here in Zone 9 in Houston, Texas. What's up, world? I'm Tim, the Big City Gardener. I live down here in Zone 9 and I'm a small space urban gardener. And if I can pull up fresh fruits and veggies year round, then you can too. Let's bust these 8 myths so we can get back to doing what we love, and that's gardening. Myth number 1, you need a lot of space to grow food. With all the advancements in growing and technology, there's no way that you need a lot of space to grow food. If you want to, you could grow hydroponically, aeroponically, vertically. You have options. So don't let anybody lie to you and make you think that you need to go out and buy acreage in order to produce your own fruits and veggies. Not to mention, we have container gardens. If you don't know anything about container gardening, make sure you check out this video right here where we go over everything you need to set up your own small space container garden. Don't let anybody lie to you and tell you that you can't grow your own food. Hey, acreage is cool and all, but being 2 minutes from downtown is also cool. And being 2 minutes from downtown and growing as much food as you want and are able to, well, that sounds like a win to me. You can grow as much food as you want in your space, whether that be hydroponically, aeroponically, vertically, or container gardening. You have many options and many choices. So don't let people lie to you and tell you that you need a lot of space in order to grow food. Number 2, city soil is too contaminated for you to do anything with. Well, yeah, I'm sure there are areas in the city where the soil is extremely contaminated. Look, if you're worried about the soil, grow in containers. If you're worried about the soil, grow in raised beds like you see here behind me. Hell, if you're worried about the soils, grow hydroponically or aeroponically. Again, nothing can stop you from growing the food that you want to grow and as much of it as you want. Myth number 3, you can't grow in the city because you don't get enough sunlight. False. In this garden back here, I get over 8 hours of sunlight a day. As a matter of fact, every garden I've ever had in the city has gotten over 8 hours of sunlight a day. Now, that sunlight may be in your front garden, it may be in your side garden. It may not be where you initially planned to place your garden, but we're not going to let that stop us from growing what it is that we want to grow. Also, if you live in the city, small space, urban garden setting, that means you may have a 4th floor patio or a balcony. And I guarantee you those get enough sun to grow whatever it is that you want. If you don't get 8 hours of sun, no big deal. We just have to adapt what it is that we are growing. If I'm only getting 4 hours of sun, then maybe I can't grow tomatoes or squash or other fruiting plants. But I bet you I can grow all of the lettuce and herbs that I could ever imagine. A lack of sunlight, that's not really an issue. We could even take our growing process indoors. With all of the advancements in LED lights, metal halide lights, or HPS lights, I guarantee you can grow whatever it is that you could ever dream of indoors. Myth number 4, growing in the city is just too expensive. That couldn't be further from the truth. I don't know when it became cool to have $1 million gardens, but that's not really what I'm into. Reuse, reduce, recycle. Reclaim wood, reuse different containers, and really use what you have available to grow what it is that you want. You don't need to have the $1 million garden in order to produce your own healthy food. Now, this is no knock on some of those beautiful gardens. I think they're beautiful. But I also think a lot of times people build these gardens just to show off to the world as opposed to produce as much food as possible. But I really love and respect people who are able to make gardening work with whatever they have available. I've grown in milk crates, I've grown in old produce boxes. Hell, I grab every 5-gallon bucket that I find, drill some holes in the bottom, and grow whatever it is that I like. Don't let money stop you from growing, because gardening didn't start off as this $1 million thing. Don't let somebody balling out on a garden hinder your desire or make you think that you're not able to do the same thing. You don't need $200, $300 trellises. I guarantee you can buy some bamboo net off of Amazon. Don't worry, I'll link it down below for $10 and set up your own vertical gardening trellis structure. You could find used furniture like old baby cribs and repurpose those cribs to create vertical gardening trellises. When you open your mind and close your wallet, then you'll find resourceful ways to do whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. Number 5, you can't compost in the city. Check out this video up here about bokashi. I made that a couple years ago. Check out this video over here about creating your own worm castings in your own worm bin. Look, they even have these new indoor composting machines that you could purchase if you're into that. The fact of the matter is, you don't need a lot of space to compost. And hell, if you don't want to make your own compost, they have all sorts of programs where you're able to leave your compostable waste outside in a bucket. Somebody will come and pick it up and drop off fresh compost to you after a few weeks. Number 6, you can't grow fruit trees in the city. As a matter of fact, you have to plant them in the yard in order to even have a harvest. I've planted figs, lemons, oranges, peaches, plums, blackberries, nectarines. I don't even remember what else I've grown in containers. You name it, I've grown it. You do not need to plant fruit trees directly in the ground in order for them to thrive. As a matter of fact, a lot of times they do better in containers. This way, if we have a freeze coming, you're able to move your plants out of harm's way. So, don't let anybody tell you that you need to plant your trees directly in the ground or that you can't grow fruit trees in containers, because they're lying to you. Number 7, you can't garden year-round if you live in the city. It doesn't actually matter where your house is or where you reside. What matters is your growing zone. So if you live in Zone 9, you're able to grow year-round. Whether you live in the heart of Houston or out by Hempstead, it doesn't matter. What matters is your will and your desire to grow. What matters is having a planting schedule. That way you know what to plant, when to plant it, and if it can grow in your zone or not. That way you're able to grow year-round regardless of where you live and how much space that you have. Look, I told you that I had 8, but I'm really just going to give you those 7. The next quick hitters that I'm going to talk about are things that relate to gardening, whether you have a city garden or a rural garden. The fact is, gardening really won't save you money unless you're growing on a massively large scale. And even then, I don't know that it saves you that much money, because you have to pay for labor, you have to pay for equipment, you have to pay for amendments, fertilizer, things like that. Even though it is a great way to save money if you're able to can and preserve your heart. But gardening is really about the health benefits that you receive. Gardening is about finding your peace, your calm in this crazy world that we live in. Gardening is about growing nutrient-dense food as opposed to buying that mass-produced food that has the minimal amount of nutrients in it. Plus, everything you grow is going to taste 1,000 times better than everything you buy at the store. I don't care if it's labeled organic or not. Speaking about organic, just because it's labeled organic, it doesn't mean that it's healthy for you. Just because it's labeled organic doesn't mean that it has no pesticides involved in the growing process. And just because it's labeled organic doesn't mean that it has no synthetic chemicals added to it. You don't believe me? Look it up. Come back and leave a comment in the section down below. There is no cheat code when it comes to gardening. Well, actually, this one might be the only cheat code. Healthy soil. Healthy soil has healthy microbes. Healthy microorganisms give you healthy soil. Healthy soil gives you healthy plants. Healthy plants gives you a healthy harvest, and that healthy harvest is going to be nutritious and delicious. So, if you want to grow more food, you don't need to turn to all of these gurus on YouTube or buy anybody's master class on how to do it. Just have healthy soil and plant your food at the right time of year. I'm no expert gardener. I don't even know what an expert gardener is. I'm no pro gardener. I didn't know there were professional gardeners. I didn't know there was a pro gardener league that you could get to. But I am a master gardener, but that doesn't even mean anything. It just means I took a bunch of classes for a bunch of hours and volunteered, and then they gave me a cool little certificate. All I am is somebody who loves gardening and somebody who loves growing, and somebody who's been doing it for well over 3 decades and made my mistakes, and now all I'm trying to do is to help inspire more people to grow their own food. But you don't even have to grow your own food. I'm really just trying to inspire people to get off their ass, go outside and plant some plants. Get your hands in the dirt, reconnect with nature. Get off your cell phone, get from in front of your TV, and go outside and feel the sun. Gardening in the city is 100% possible. It really comes down to your desire and your dedication. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't grow your own food unless you live out in the suburbs or in a rural area, because they're lying to you. And I think we've all been lied to enough in many different aspects of our life. So don't let somebody lie to you with something as beautiful and as natural as gardening. If you found this video informative, or you just enjoyed it, or you're new to gardening and you want to learn more about how to grow food in your own small space, whether it be a balcony, a patio, or an urban garden like this, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed the video, share it with some other small space gardeners that you know. That's it. Me, I'm about to go out here, get my hands in the dirt, plant plants, and just grow it. You know, do some more things that they said I shouldn't be able to do here in my small space urban garden.